Welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And you know what I love to do in this 9 minutes? I bring in experts that can tell you the answers for the questions you've probably been searching Google for years at a time. And today is no different. Today is actually a major expert is here. David Corbin is here today. He is a speaker. He's a mentor. He's a mentor for some of my mentors. That's what we're talking about. He's a coach. But most importantly, he's a drummer and a really cool dude. David, are you out there?
I am so here, ready to drum. Come on now.
Oh, let's go. You know, we got 9 minutes. Our producer's sitting back there holding the clock. I want to get as much information in as absolutely possible. You know, you and I have met at a couple of great events, Prosperity Camp, Secret Knock. People know I'm a super fan for both, and Greg Reed. And, you know, you love talking about getting real in your life, getting real in your business, getting real on this planet. What is getting real? And you say it's time for it. What does that mean to you?
You know, we can't solve everything we face, but we can't solve anything unless we face it. So I'm about getting real and facing it. And you know that song, you got to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. And I'm like, yo, accentuate the positive, all about that. But don't eliminate the negative. Take a look at it and illuminate the negative. Hence the title of my book, Illuminate the Negative, Harnessing the Positive Power of Negative Thinking.
I love it. And before we forget, where do they find your book, sir?
Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Yeah. You look and you'll find. Seek and ye shall find.
Seek and ye shall find. So, you know, we're coming, quote unquote, coming out of this pandemic. You know, the numbers are still crazy. People are all over the place, but they're trying to find their way. Some people started businesses during this. Some people sat in neutral, just waiting for the world to open up again, like it ever shut down. Really, it shut down here. You know, some people are going right back to the life they hated before this ever happened. What's your advice for that first day when you're ready to really step out there? What do you tell people? Hey, life is what to you, David Corbin?
Well, if you're stepping out of the issues, the challenge of the pandemic, then I need to talk to you about more important stuff because you never should have stepped out.
There you go.
Stepping back in means you stepped out. And if you stepped out, we need to have a conversation. So, I mean, pandemic, in the last couple of years, I had 2 books hit the Wall Street Journal list. I made millions of dollars and I had one of my inventions go crazy, which is now in every hospital in New York City, every health and hospital. So, you know, never step out. And you're right. What did you just do? You just pointed to in here. It's in here. So
it's in here. Yeah.
If you are, quote unquote, stepping out, number one, take inventory. Who am I? If my business had a voice and I could ask it, hey, what do you need from me? Ask it and it will talk to you, and write down what it needs you to do and who it needs you to be, and then get serious and start evaluating yourself on your ability to deliver on those things. 0 is you suck and 10 is cha-ching. And you just get serious. That's the illuminate, baby. That's, you know, if you accentuate the positive, but illuminate the negative. If you're a 2, 3, or 4, set a goal to be a 4, 5, or 6 and close the gaps.
So, you know, I get questions all the time. They say, hey, Tigo, you're hosting, you're doing this, you're doing that. How do I get started? And I always tell them, you know, you got to get out of your own way. When I was a sales director back in the day, you know, my sales team wasn't selling because people were telling them no. They weren't selling because they talked themselves out of it before they made the call, before they talked to the person. They convinced themselves that they're not going to buy it anyway, so I'm going to go get a hot dog. Yeah. What do you tell somebody about getting out of their own way?
Well, you know, it's like you and I are big fans of AI. I mean, AI is incredible. However, like that scalpel in the hands of a surgeon, it's a good thing. And that same thing in the hands of a gang member ain't such a good thing. But scalpel's neutral, same thing with AI. So we're getting hacked right and left. You know, the economy, the this, the that. Jerome Powell is going to be changing this in China. Like, you know what? You're constantly being hacked by commercials with pharmaceutical companies and fast food and all that crap.
Right.
They're hacking you. Unless you're hacking yourself to your highest goals and values and aspirations and beliefs, then They've taken over the keys to the kingdom. I
Yes, sir.
teach and I believe we need to hack ourselves every morning and every night with what we want to believe, what we want to unremember, what we want to hack it, baby, hack it or lose it, or else just give away the keys. You know, what separates us from pigs and sheep is the abilities, free will. But when they're hacking us and we're not hacking ourselves, we ain't got no free will. So hack
Wow.
yourself, and that's where you start. Who are you? What do you want? What's your starting point? And then go for it with love and energy and vibe and courage.
You know, if you're watching right now and you miss what he just said, rewind 2 minutes. It could change your life. That 2 minutes right there is literally the key to the kingdom to get you from wherever you are, wherever you're stuck. You know, you may be at the top of your game, but you know you got a whole nother ladder to climb and you don't know how. Rewind for 2 minutes because David just told you how. You know, let's talk about performance gap analysis. What does that mean to you? What is it?
Yeah, so when you seriously, not just because I'm a graduate of Woodstock, wherever that poster is over there, yeah, I say hallucinate. Some people say visualize. And I say literally say to your business, yo, what do you need from me? And you seriously write that out. And then you seriously make a longitudinal line or a spoke on a wheel. Here you suck, here is mastery. Here you suck, here is mastery. Where you got mastery, cool, pat yourself on the back, yo, great. But where you suck, set a goal. There's a gap between where you are and where you want to be next. If you're a 4, become a 6 and close. So what you do is you take inventory of your assets. What do you have to close the gap? Well, you got relationships, you got books, you got Google, come on, man, close the gap and magic happens. You know what happens when you close those gaps? It's a trip. Your confidence goes up, then your competence goes up, then your confidence goes up. So you're going up the eensy beensy spider, up the spout to prosperity and the destiny and fulfillment instead of down the rabbit hole. Boom, mic drop.
That's amazing. You know, one of my favorite quotes in the world is whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And that's exactly what, you know, David just shared with us is that it's you. You got to think you can. It doesn't matter if everybody else thinks you can. It's not their world. You know, you got to get up and think you can. That's the first step. Now, you're a speaker. I love listening to you speak. We could sit here. This could be the 9 at 19 as far as I'm concerned. We could talk and talk. You're a coach. You're a mentor. But you're doing your own path and doing your own journey. And when you feel like being out there, you're out there. And when you don't, you go do what you want to do. How do you get to that point of peace of mind when you get up in the morning and say, today is going to be this day? How do you do that every day?
Yeah. When you wish upon a star. No,
I love it.
when you close these gaps,
Yes, sir.
magic happens. See, this is the law of gravity. There's another law, and that's the law of control. We feel good about ourselves to the extent we're in control of our destiny. When you close these gaps, you invoke. It's like when you check something off on a list that you do, it feels good. Close the gap, feel good. The confidence goes crazy. And there's so much more to the story.
Oh my goodness. You know, our little 1 minute timer went up. He's going to cut us off pretty soon. I want to tell everybody, if they want to know more about you, they just go to davidcorbin.com, correct?
Yeah, and you'll see my rejuvenation stations, plural.com, my latest inventions kicking butt. Life is good. Take control, illuminate, boom.
I can't think of a better way to end this segment. I want to thank you so much, sir, for hanging out with us. And look, he didn't cut us off. Hey, everybody. Alan did that on purpose. He know I beat the time. Hey, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll watch next time and go back and listen to this one again, maybe 4 or 5 times. There's great nuggets in there. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.